How to get married by the end of the year. Step 1, get yourself a smartphone, because people who don't have smartphones don't get soulmates. Step 2, download Tinder. Don't worry, it's not going to melt your phone unless you don't have smoking hot babe protection. Step 3, the matches. Now, there are 3 valid ways of going about this. Number 1, the fisherman. I'm not talking deep sea fishermen. I'm just hanging out at the edge of the pier, chilling fishermen. I'm talking, I just dragged a net through 500 nautical miles of babes' profiles. Somebody's got right? Number 2, Miss Perfect. Just don't like anybody. Nobody's good enough for you. And anyway, they probably all liked you already, so what's the point in trying? Step 3, the Hunger Games. Alternate like and dislike, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Step 3, the conversation. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, so when do we get to start Snapchatting hot pics? Soon. But first you need to get the fire started. I'm thinking hit her with something cool, something classy, like, how much does a polar bear weigh? Oh, how much? Baby girl, just enough to melt the ice. And if she dares interrupt you before you get to the punchline, tell her she's wrong. They weigh about 900 pounds. Now, I already know your profile picture is you playing sports or like lifting weights or something, because if there's one thing you've learned is that girls love athletes. And if you don't play a sport, I mean, hell, just hold a football. Anybody can look like a quarterback. Now, you gotta make yourself sound cool. I'd say sit him with something like, oh yeah, no, I just finished up chopping wood. I'm building my grandmother a nice house outside the city. Small, it was just too much for her lungs. What am I doing now? Oh, nothing, just reading Pablo Neruda and Now, you gotta hit her with a compliment. I'm thinking something nice, like, baby girl, if you were a cigarette, you'd be a Marlboro Red. Satisfying and addictive. Or, like, if you were a book, you'd be Fahrenheit 451. Hot and easy to read. Well, maybe just focus on her eyes. Girls love eyes. Hit it with something like, girl, your eyes are like the ocean, deep and full of fish. Deep and full of life. Let's just go with that one. Step 6, the date. So now you knocked her off her feet, and she's falling. What are you gonna do? Take her to dinner. Someplace classy, but not too classy. You don't want to set a precedent. Chick-fil-A. If she orders something more expensive than you, tell her you forgot your wallet. There's one thing you know, it's that girls love assholes. Step 7, the relationship. Shit. Never really made it this far. You must have pulled out all of the stops. I'm talking like maybe ignore her calls for a week to build some suspense, or maybe like hook up with her best friend to get some of that, oh no you didn't, I hate you but I forgive you kind of drama, because apparently that's a thing. Or maybe you just pull a John Cusack and say anything. I don't fucking know. I will tell you this. Everything I learned about women, I learned from James Bond. Which might explain why all my connections tend to end after about an hour and a half of screen time, but this is what I learned. And maybe it's all about the execution, but maybe people are less like 10-piece puzzles and more like 3,000-piece puzzles. Maybe we lost the box a long time ago and nobody has any idea what to do with all the pieces. Maybe we need to go back to filling and finding the corners and filling in the edges, because hell, who am I kidding? This isn't working for me anyway.